she said something. Okay. All right, cool. So it's now recording, my bad. It's not like we didn't talk about anything too important. But so yeah, I'm gonna record every lecture. I'm gonna post up the link. Either I might have to put it up on YouTube, or I think there might be a link I can just kind of like put on the Canvas website. But I'll post it as an announcement so you guys can go back and whatever. Additionally, this is something I started to do last year as well. I'm going to do something called supplementary videos, meaning like if there's something I didn't get to in a lecture, or if there's something extra that I really want you guys to kind of know and stuff, I'll upload like an additional video pertaining to that lecture. And you guys can kind of, and that stuff will just be kind of like extra stuff. Sometimes it'll be on the exam, sometimes it won't. So, and I'll make it clear when it is or isn't. All right. Do we have any questions on the syllabus? No, you guys can talk. I'm just saying, it's okay. Like you guys can talk. It's more fun. I promise you, it's more fun. Yeah?
Full disclosure, I may be coming from BC, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be good at any of these topics.
I second that.
All right. Well, regardless, my expectations for you guys are still up there, believe it or not. I know you guys can do it, because usually like the BC kids are like at least responsible. No, maybe, hopefully. I don't know. Some of you guys are like, I don't know. All right. So went through the syllabus, Canvas. We talked about lecture versus recitation. Is everyone here, by the way? Hold on. I don't even know. Is Rachel?
So we're missing a couple students, but a lot of them are students that haven't responded initially yet. So we're gonna have to get back to you on your full roster.
Oh, please and thank you. All right.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, let me know. All right. Well, that means that we have an even smaller class, which is awesome, because like then it's a little bit more like personal, you know. That's always good. We went through what lecture and recitation is, the differences between it. Zoom, we're still figuring out Zoom. I'll be honest. I have some issues for some reason. I can't start a meeting because like my account is like a basic account, and we're still trying to figure that out. So the link might change, but you know, we'll let you guys know if anything. Just you know, stay updated on those announcements. Canvas. Do you guys know how to use Canvas? I don't need to go. You guys can figure that out. You guys can do that on your own time. And then supplemental videos we talked about. Couldn't find the link. How'd you get in here? Oh, you're saying you're late, and okay, because you're okay. Gotcha. All right. But yes, we talked about supplemental videos, and we talked about extra help. Yeah. So office hours, please contact us. Join the group me if you're not on there. I'll send it one more time in the chat for anyone that joined late. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So that brings me to my next thing. I usually give a pretest in the first lecture, but because it takes up too much time, I'm just gonna make you guys do it in recitation tomorrow. Okay, this pretest, you guys can relax. It's not gonna count towards your grade for this class, but it's just kind of like a way for us to just see like where are they, right? To see if what Oswaldo was. I think it was Oswaldo, right? What if he said if what he said was actually true, if you guys actually know what you're talking about, or you don't. So yeah, don't worry about it. If you don't do so great on it, it's okay. But it's just kind of us a way, like a litmus test to see where you guys are and stuff. So you guys will take that tomorrow during recitation. I don't know if it's gonna be in the beginning or the end, but one of those. With that being said, though, I kind of want to give you guys a heads up. How we're gonna do tests, how we're gonna do quizzes and stuff like that. You may have done something similar in last year in high school, or maybe not. I don't know how you guys did it, but there's gonna be like a certain testing format. All right. So just because Oswaldo, I don't mean to pick on you, but it's just your camera is like doing what I don't want you guys to do during the testing quiz. Justin, you too, and Oren, like, yeah, exactly. Yes, I need to see like this much. That's like first and foremost. Your camera needs to be on, and we need to be able to see this during tests and quizzes. If you want to do this thing, you know, during lecture, that's fine. It's okay. At least I can see like your forehead or something, right? That's okay. I really don't care. But during tests and quizzes and stuff like that, you guys need to follow proper protocol. Otherwise, I can suspect you of cheating and just give you a 0 on the spot. All right. So camera and mic have to be on. Turn down your speakers to reduce feedback. Your face needs to be visible and stuff like that. One screen. We're gonna ask that you like show your phone in the beginning and then like throw it on the other side of the room. Not actually throw it, but like get up and like put it on the other side of the room, you know, no headphones, no hoods, things like that. So she'll remind you about that tomorrow during your pre-test. Think of it as like a trial run, you know, to kind of gauge like what the rest of the tests and quizzes and stuff are going to look like for this class. All right. Yeah, I don't really have to talk about that. Any questions on the testing format or anything like that? No. All right. Okay, cool. So before we get started, before I dive into chapter 6 in the book, why don't we, I kind of want to do a quick icebreaker. And I know you guys have probably been doing icebreakers all day, but this one's a really fast one and an easy one that I always like to do because it kind of like, you know, I want to get to know you guys a little bit more. And I want you guys to get to know me as well. Because that way I feel like then the communication will kind of open up a little bit, right? And the ice will break, right? So I call this a weird icebreaker. It's just, I just want you guys to share like one like really like weird, or the weirder the better, or interesting thing like about yourself, right? So like, for example, this is like what not to do. My favorite color is green. I mean, like that's not really interesting, you know, that's cool. That's cool. Like, you know, that your favorite color is green, but like, I would really like for you guys to kind of like open up a little bit. Okay. This is like a safe space, you know, open up a little bit. And that way, like, you know, we'll get, like I said, we'll get to know each other a little bit better. Oh, I'm sorry, Oren, I didn't see your question. Is Calc 151 considered Calc 1? Yes. Calc 151 is the calc that engineers take. Do you guys know about 138? Did they tell you guys about that? 138 is the calc that non-engineers take. So if you're like a business major, you usually take 138. 151 is the engineering one. So it's like a lot more, it's geared towards engineering and math majors. So that's the one I took as well. 152 is Calc 2, right? Don't ask me why they started 150. I don't know. I didn't make the number system, right? But yes, going back to our icebreaker. So I had time to think about this. So I'll say a couple of my weird things, okay? So, and I'll give some examples from previous years actually, because some of them are pretty funny. I had one in one year, they had like 12 siblings, which was pretty interesting. I had someone who put an obscenely amount of sugar on their spaghetti, which is why. Another pasta one, someone does ketchup and pasta. Gross. There was someone who saw Barack Obama in person. Someone who like eats slow. What do you mean? How is that gross? That's like sugary, like pasta. You know, I would understand butter with pasta because that's like kind of like that makes sense. But like ketchup and pasta is nasty. Oh, if I got 151 on my placement test, am I still supposed to be in Calc 2 for EOF? I don't know. I don't know about that one, Oren. I'm not. I think it's because we're still waiting on your AP scores, right? So like, I don't know. Maybe you want to reach out to a counselor.
I didn't take the BC exam this year, so
But did you take the AB exam?
I did.
And did you AP out of it?
No, I sent the score.
You sent the score?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, then you shouldn't be in 151, right? They should be placing you in 152.
I thought I'm supposed to be in Calc 1.
I'm
I'm
sorry?
not sure. I assumed I would be in Calc 1, but I got invited to Calc 2.
No, so if you AP'd out of Calc 1, then you should be in Calc 2 automatically, right?
Don't I have to get like a 5?
I thought they accept 4s and 5s. I don't know.
It is, it's 4 and 5.
Yeah, so maybe you want to, yeah, if you want to like clear that up with either your counselor or your school counselor, maybe talk to them about it and just double check.
So are they putting people in here for just doing well enough on the placement test?
I think because we're waiting on the scores.
Yeah, because that's how I'm in here. I'm pretty sure is
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I just did well enough on the placement test.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not completely 100% sure. I think once we figure out like the scores and stuff, maybe we'll know, like we'll have a better picture. But I'm pretty sure you guys are supposed to be in here.
Okay.
Yeah, prereq I think for this course is like calc, some sort of calc class. So yeah. However, just kind of like a word of warning. If if you do want to switch down to Calc 1, okay, just put your pride aside, put your ego aside and all that stuff aside. If you do want to switch down to Calc 1, that is also a viable option. You're allowed, I think you're allowed to do that. If you're not sure where you're getting placed next year, right? I think you can also choose to not deny, but like not use your scores, you know? Jumping into Calc 2, they assume that your Calc 1 is like solid. So like if you're iffy on the calc stuff, it might be a better option for you to take Calc 1, but that is totally on you. However, if you can skip Calc 2, skip it. That's actually, I don't recommend that, Ernesto. I wouldn't recommend that at all, actually, because the same thing, if you're jumping into Calc 3, they assume that your Calc 2 is good. And if you know nothing about Calc 2, then or if you forgot everything from Calc 2, you're kind of screwing yourself over. You know, you don't want your first year or first semester like to be a bad semester, because your GPA like fluctuates the most in your first semester. And if you tank a calc class that early on, you know, it's gonna be hard to kind of climb out of it. But that's my 2 cents. If you don't want to deal with Calc 2, then, you know, some people say Calc 2 is the hardest calc. I disagree. I think Calc 3 is the hardest calc. But you know, it's kind of hearsay. It's up to you. My opinion is, I enjoyed Calc 3. Right, but like, was Calc 2 harder because of the sequence in the series, because of one section, or was it harder because as a whole it was, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of people say Calc 2 is the hardest calc, but I disagree. I think Calc 3 is, yeah, the series sequence stuff is conceived, as I mean, like that's why I kind of want to harp on it now, you know, so that like when you take it Calc 2, it won't be so bad. But like I said, it's totally up to you. Does Calc 2, man, a lot of questions. This is great. Does Calc 2 start with chapter 6 or chapter 1? I think it starts, so Calc 1 ends with volumes of revolution-ish, around that area. So it's like you should know how to derive, you should know how to integrate and kind of use them and stuff a little bit. Calc 2 kind of starts with like areas and stuff like that. Yeah, so this is what I mean. A lot of people, when it comes to calc, they think it's just formulas, which like I get it. It kind of is. But if you understand like the concepts, it's much easier to retain. So it's like if you're just trying to memorize like, when I see this, do this, or when I see that, do that. Of course, that's going to be difficult because it's just like raw memorization, which it's kind of hard for some people, you know. But if you kind of understand the like more conceptual stuff, it's easier. Just in my opinion. Anyway, sorry. Getting back to the icebreaker. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but my weird things. Okay, ready? I have an extreme disdain for coconut. I know, right? Sacrilegious to some people, right? I hate coconut. It tastes disgusting to me. I think I just had a traumatic experience when I was younger with coconuts. Not like I didn't get hit in the head or anything like that, or maybe I did. But like I just don't like the taste of it. It's nasty to me. What's another one? I was part of the Rutgers table tennis club team thing, but like I was like on the C team. I wasn't on the AB team, or you know, so I was on the C team, and I competed in a tournament, which was a lot of fun. I once elbowed someone in the on the Rutgers bus by accident. It was a very crowded bus. I don't know if you guys will have that experience of being on the bus, not elbowing someone in the face, but I accidentally I was like turning around, like trying to get into my chair, and like it was very crowded, and I accidentally like Muay Thai'd him in the face. So what else? I do like EDM. You guys will probably hear some in the beginning of classes and stuff. And I have been to EDC once. That was a very, very fun time. So that was like 4 things. I'm only asking just one interesting thing about yourself. You know, it could be like, I don't know. Another example is like, so I know some people have like this weird thing where it's like, I used to do this a lot. Like when you go up and down stairs, you have to like end with your right foot instead of like your left foot. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about? Some of you guys don't know what I'm talking about. But anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna call on the order that I see here. If you don't have one and you want to skip, you can. But please say something. Give me something, because I'm actually gonna write these down because it's gonna help me like remember you a little bit more. All right. So let's start with Mohammed. And if you have another name that you want to be called by, just let me know, and I'll write that down too. All right. So go ahead, Mo.
My name is Mohammed. I typically go by Mo just because it's easier, but either or is fine. And one, I guess, weird fact is I typically count the steps that I take sometimes, like between like locations, and I'll see if I can like count the same amount of steps next time.
Hmm.
And one
See
like
if, like,
interesting.
patterns emerge.
Yeah, exactly. And I try to like match it.
I got you. All right, cool, interesting. Do you do the right foot, left foot thing that I was saying, or no?
Sometimes if there are like tiles big enough, like I'll make sure like I start the tile with the same foot or
Gotcha.
end with the same foot.
Okay, cool,
But
nice. Up next, Daniel. There's only one Dan, right? Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, my name's Daniel, and sorry if there's background noise, but
fine.
I can do this.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
licks his elbow. You guys know that's a very hard thing to do, right? Or like impossible. Like some people can't even do this because like either they work out too much or like they just can't do this. But yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Do you do that in your spare time? No, I'm just kidding. All right, go ahead, Amar. You're up next.
Hi, my name is Amar, and one interesting fact about me is I used to live in Sudan.
Lived in, I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Sudan in
Oh,
Africa,
cool.
yeah,
For how long?
for 2 years, 6th and 7th grade.
Oh, okay. Was that for like because your parents had to just like move there for work or something like that, or
Yeah, yeah,
what was that like?
it was interesting. It's very different than here, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine. He lived in oh shoot, was it Tanzania or somewhere? He lived somewhere in Africa. But anyways, he peed on a kid when he was in elementary school or something like that. I don't know why. I just remember that, but he did that in Africa too. So cool. All right, up next, Oren.
My name is Oren and I'm from South Jersey. One interesting fact about me is that I enjoy interior design, and I'm
Oh.
actually working on a project right now that's related to interior design.
Oh, nice. Man, I could have used you when I bought my house. I needed someone to design my house. My house is so boring looking. Ugh. I have like no, what is that, left brain or right brain creativeness when it comes to that kind of stuff. So it's very nice. Awesome. Up next, Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. One interesting fact about me is I can beatbox, and I
Oh,
learned how to do it since like 4th grade. And I
Oh.
have a story about like how I got into it.
Yeah, go ahead, share, man.
Like I remember back then, I thought that the ability to whistle was something that people just naturally picked up like as they grew up, because I saw a bunch of kids like they knew how to whistle, and I thought I was the weird one for not knowing how to. So I think that led into it, because then I had this fascination that like the human mouth is capable of making other sounds other than speech. So then that picked up in the beatboxing.
Nice.
And then like like a lot of sounds I didn't really like search up how to learn. I just kind of like when I hear the sound, I just in my head I'm like, if I shape my mouth like this, then intuitively it would make that sound. So I just I was self-taught.
Cool, man.
And I thought it was really cool.
Did you say you've been doing it since 4th grade?
Yeah.
Nice. Do you still do it? Like, are you part of like an a cappella group or something? Or?
Oh no, it's just something I do like when I'm alone.
Oh, like off to the side. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like some people, they might like sing or hum along to their favorite songs. I might like if there's a rhythm I really like, I'll beatbox along with it.
Cool. Very nice. Got a beatboxer. We might have to make you like demo it sometime. Oswaldo, you're up next, man.
My name is Waldo, and I guess an interesting fact about me, or like kind of like a funny story, is when I was in my sophomore year of high school, I almost got stranded at the rack with 2 of my friends. You know, the Rutgers Athletic Center.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a pretty funny story.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. If you don't know the layout, it's actually really scary because you're just like, I don't know where to go. There was actually this one time, that reminds me of a story. I was stranded at Cook Douglas, and that it's like the last place you want to get stranded at. I was actually stranded at what's called the Nabisco building, which is like in the middle of nowhere. It's on the edge of like, I think Cook or Doug, one of those. And I had to ask a complete stranger to like drive me back to an area that I was like familiar with. So yeah, that was really interesting. So yeah, okay, cool. Who's next?
Phones like died and we were kind of like stuck there without a way to get back home. But
Oh,
someone,
you were with someone though.
yeah, I was with two
Oh,
of my
okay.
friends, but we
Okay.
were all sophomores in high school. So
Right.
we were there for like a wrestling tournament, but like
Got
all our phones died and like it was starting to end. And so we were like just going around begging someone if for a charger so we could like all I did was ask for like to get my phone at 3% so I can order a lift.
Mm,
And then two people almost took our lift instead of their own. And it was just like,
got you. All right, cool. And we also learned that he's a wrestler. So nice. Andrew, go ahead, man. And yes, that is bold. How did you see that? That is bold and brash on my more like belongs in the trash. Oh, all right, go ahead, Andrew. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Andrew, and an interesting fact about me is I go downstairs 2 at a time.
You go downstairs 2 at a time.
Yeah.
Wow, goes what? I hope you guys aren't like fixating on the stairs thing. because
No, but it reminded me.
stairs 2 at a time. Is there a reason why you do that, or is just
It's just you more comfortable, faster. I'm not sure.
do you have like long legs? Are you like super tall? Is that why?
Kind of tall.
Oh, all right, that makes sense. Cool. Who's next? Beamer. Who's that?
Yeah, I didn't
Brandon.
change my name, so it's still my email.
Oh, yeah. If you actually go to the participants thing, you can actually change your name. If you find your name and hit more, you can.
Yeah.
There's an option that says like rename or something.
I see.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead, man. What you got?
So my name is Brandon, and a weird thing about me is I'm Spanish, so I call my aunts Titi, but I call my uncles uncle. So I'll say like Titi Daisy, but Uncle Eugene.
Really? Is there? I thought it was. Isn't Uncle Dio? Like you don't.
Yeah, it is Theo, but I don't say Theo for some reason.
Okay. Interesting. Is that just like a habit that's like always happened, like since like?
Yeah, I don't know because they make me call him Titi, but my uncles, I call them all Uncle Eugene or something like that.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Ronnie, you're up.
All right, hi. My name is Ronnie, and I don't really, me personally, I don't find anything very interesting about myself. Others may say different, but I don't really see too much interesting about myself. But I can say that an interest I have so far.
It doesn't have to be like an interesting thing or something that you consider interesting. It could be something just peculiar or like a weird habit that you do that other people are like, whoa, like what is he doing? You know, like or like something out there. It could be like an interesting story or anything like that. I'm sure you have. Everyone has one. Everyone.
I can't really recall one though. That's the thing. I haven't really prepared that much or that far ahead. I guess. Well, can I just say something I'm interested?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, yeah. So I guess I could say deep interest I have is bodybuilding and weightlifting. So I'll say that.
That's interesting. Yeah. There's a club for that in at Rutgers, right?
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got a weightlifting club at Rutgers. I had a buddy of mine. He was part of it. He was that one that actually taught me how to like squat properly and stuff like that. So that stuff's all about form and very important. So yeah, that's cool, man. Do you do that right now? Like, do you lift now?
Not competitively, but personally, yes.
Nice. Have you ever heard of a 5x5 workout?
No, I haven't actually.
No, look into it. That one is like it's like a nice simple one that a lot of people do to kind of get into like weightlifting and stuff like that. But it's called a 5x5 workout. Anyways, sorry. Who's next? Adlin? Did I say that right?
Yeah. So like this is like something like my friends notice about me is that like if we're walking like in the woods or something or just really just anywhere, I'll randomly like pick up sticks or just rocks that I find interesting, and just not really notice that I'm like that I have it in my hand, but I'll just be walking with that and like they'll take pictures of like I'll be doing that and stuff.
Do you keep those rocks and sticks?
No, I just pick them up as I walk. It's just like something for me to fidget with, I guess.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Nice. Do kids even go like out anymore into the woods? I feel like you guys don't do that anymore, right?
Like, yeah, I'd say yeah. Like, I'd say people still like where people play frisbee stuff, like and stuff at rugby, like at runners. Sorry.
Mhm.
Like, I feel like people still like walk on the grass, and, like you're gonna find sticks.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I didn't mean to direct message.
No, it's fine. It's okay. Jeremy, is that a student in this? Yes. Okay. Yeah, Jeremy, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to be honest.
Come on, isn't that what Brandon just said? I mean, not Brandon.
Yeah.
Ronnie just said, but he had one. So
I mean, like, I guess you could say I play instruments. I play the percussion instruments. I
You
guess that's
play?
interesting. Well, I play pretty much anything: snare drum, bass drum, drum set, xylophone a little bit.
okay,
Yeah.
all right, I can respect that. I used to play drums too. I think I used to play a bunch of other stuff, but that's like my Asian parents like forcing instruments on me. But I think drums was like the one that I was like really into and all that stuff. So that's cool. Did you like?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Were you like part of like your school band and stuff?
Yeah, I was part of jazz band and I was
Oh,
part of
dude.
concert band and wind
Yes.
ensemble. Stuff
Yes,
like
that's
that.
where it's at, man. Did you do marching band?
Nah, I didn't do marching band because I played football. So
Oh, got you. You couldn't like play drums and play football at the same time, no?
that was too much with
You played
my
like two
course
spirits at the
load
same
at
time?
school. It was too much with my course load at school. My schedule would have been too packed.
No, I got you. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, we got a drummer in the house. All right, who's next? Those are the counselor. Oh, and the rest are just, I guess, missing, right? Is there an Osmond in here? No Osmond. Oswald. Can I call you Waldo? And be like, where's Waldo?
I
No?
get that a lot. I've
Oh,
been
okay,
getting
all
that
right.
since preschool.
All right,
Usually,
okay.
usually it's like it's either Waldo or Ozzy, and that people call me. Like,
Oh, Ozzy. Oh, done.
Ozzy would be a good nickname for him
Yeah.
too.
There's no Matt in here, right? There's no Matt. There's no Melody. There's no Sukmeet. All right, cool. Awesome. So now that we know each other a little bit more, and hopefully you guys will be a little bit more open when we go through our stuff. Guys, I really want you guys to really, like, if you have questions or anything like that, just don't be scared to like talk, you know. One thing I'm gonna probably say a lot in this class is you guys are done with high school now, right? Which means you should not be doing what you did in high school, like here or in college. You know, this is a different game. This is a different style of life that you're gonna have to get accustomed to. And this program, that's exactly what this program is for, right? It's to help like kind of transition with that, you know? So you got to change up your game. You got to change up what you've been doing, because this is a whole new ball field, ballpark, whatever. I'm not good with sports. Okay. All right. So this is the way I usually do class. This is a lecture, right? So unfortunately, it's gonna be a lot of me talking, but I'm gonna work off of my other. You'll notice there's another John Lee in the participants. That's this thing, the pad that I'm using right now. And I'm gonna be taking notes and stuff on here. I'll upload these notes and along with the video as an announcement and stuff like that. But what I need from you guys is just some back and forth. All right, as I go through this stuff, make sure if you have questions or whatever, if I'm going too fast or whatever, let me know. All right, and yeah, so let's get started. Holy crap, we only have 10 minutes left. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, we only have 10 minutes left. All right, so I'm gonna breeze through the really quickly, just some of the basic concepts from chapter 6. And yeah, and then Gina will go through like some more examples and stuff with you guys during recitation. I highly recommend that you guys take notes via like by hand. Okay, this isn't like an English class or like a humanities class where you can just type it all out. I highly recommend that you do everything by hand. So if you have a notebook and stuff, just definitely use that. All right, so we're starting in chapter 6. Also, I didn't get the bamboo stick enough as a kid, so my handwriting might be a little, yeah. All right, if there's something on the screen that you can't read, just let me know. Okay, chapter 6. What's the main focus of chapter 6? It talks about like pretty much like applications of integrals, right? So section 6.1, is it 6.1? I think it's 6.1. Just jump to my notes. Section 6.1 is like pretty much like area and like more specifically, areas between two curves. Now, when you guys learn this, or hopefully if you guys learn this, you guys learned that to do this, right, there's like this whole top minus bottom thing, right? Does this sound familiar at least to you guys?
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
All right, good, thank you. Who was that? That was
It was Jeremy.
Jeremy, thank you. So yeah, there's like this whole top minus bottom thing, right? So like you guys learned it's integral top minus bottom, right? And the reason why I'm saying like that is because like that's so like formulaic. I don't want you guys to think like this anymore. I don't want you guys to think like if I'm doing area between two curves, then I must do this. It's very like robotic. It's very you're not thinking, you know. Instead, I want you guys to think of it as like I want you guys to kind of like imagine and picture it a little bit more, right? So if I have a function f and another function g, and I'm looking for the area between those two curves, why is it top minus bottom, right? What tells us that it is top minus bottom, right? Like, so that's kind of like the way I want you guys to start thinking a little bit more in this class, especially because I don't want you guys to think like too formulaic because it gets boring. Honestly, it really does. All right, so why is it top minus bottom? We look at the Riemann sums, and you guys hopefully remember what that is, right? Your teacher probably told you it's the rectangles thing, super thin rectangles, right? You look at the corresponding Riemann sums, right? So we look at this Riemann sum, and we subtract away this Riemann sum to get the remaining like blue piece up there. Yeah. Now, here's a question to you guys. I'm going to do this a lot because I want you guys to kind of respond and stuff. Does this always work?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. I don't know who that was, but
it was Jeremy again.
Oh, Jeremy. Okay. So Jeremy says no, it doesn't always work. Anyone else? Do we agree? Disagree?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't always work if I remember correctly.
Okay. Ozzy says it doesn't always work either. Anyone else?
Yeah, I said the same.
Justin. All right. So it seems like we're at a consensus that it doesn't always work. So then can you guys give me like a counter example? When doesn't it work then?
When the lines cross.
When the lines cross. What do you mean by that?
It's like
these aren't lines, by the way. These are functions, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Like the function f won't always. Not every part of function f will be above function g. There could be parts where f is below g.
Therefore, it is dependent. This top minus bottom thing is dependent on.
Yeah, under the condition that f is greater than g at all points of x.
There you go. It depends on your bounds, right? If I'm going from x1 to x2, yes, top minus bottom will always work, right? So then, okay, here we go. Ready? Here's another question I'm going to throw at you. So even if g is below, top minus bottom works? Or what if f and g are below? So what if I have this picture? What if I have, so here's f now, and g. Top minus bottom works? Oh, let me highlight that.
No, that doesn't work.
Doesn't work, but you just said it always works. Now you guys are lying to me. We just met. You guys are
because we have negative values of y. If I remember, it was.
I'm sorry, say that again, Ozzy.
Nah, I'm trying to remember because like this is one of the last things he taught us, like right before the test.
This is what I don't want you guys to do. I don't want you guys to be like, oh, I'm trying to remember. No, think about it. Like think through the picture. I don't mean to pick on you, Ozzy, but
it has to do with where they are because there's like negative values for your y's.
So Ozzy brings up a good point. He's like, okay, there's negative values being thrown around here now, right? We want to know though, is this top minus bottom thing still gonna work?
Well, if you look at it before as like if f was 2 and g was 1, like if you looked at f being always bigger than g, then in the second one, you could think of f as -1 and g being -2, like proportionally. Because like you don't really have an idea of the exact proportions anyways. So as long as one's above the other, you could assume that it's a whole unit anyways. Just assume that it's bigger. So just like throw around like a negative to both sides. It's just going to be g like a negative over a negative.
Okay, I don't know if anyone else caught that. I'm kind of iffy on the explanation myself.
Yeah, it's a horrible explanation.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's better than I appreciate the participation though.
Would
But
you
like
do?
you're gonna wind up with a positive value though, is what I'm saying. And if you have like assuming that it's is it supposed to be F over G at all times?
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, Brandon. What did you want to say?
I was gonna say, would you do bottom minus top for this one?
Oh, you're saying we should do bottom minus top, or that's what you're asking?
Yeah, if you're doing it respective to the x-axis,
Mm-hmm.
you would draw the big rectangle to the bottom and subtract it from the top one.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys, it is actually always top minus bottom, even when they're below the x-axis. Think about it, right? It's kind of what Alan was also saying. Your answer better be positive. If your answer is negative, you did something wrong. There was some sort of flip-flop that kind of happened. But before I just like tell you, or I already told you guys the answer, I want you guys to think about the picture, right? Look at the picture, right? What are we doing? What does the red represent? If I think someone gave them numbers, right? If that was -1 minus a -2, what does that give us?
+1.
So it always does work. Do you guys see that? Yeah. Doesn't matter if F is above and G is below. Doesn't matter if F and G are below. Doesn't matter if they're above, right? In all cases, so long as the within the bounds, one's on top of the other, yeah, it's gonna be top minus bottom. Oh, yeah, that's the noise that like teachers love to hear. I'm just letting you guys know. So if you guys want to like just quickly like unmute and be like, oh, no, you guys don't want to do it. All right.
Oh.
All right. So yeah, I mean, like that's kind of like how I'm gonna do class. All right, I'm gonna take a topic that you may know, that you might be familiar with. I'm gonna kind of spin it a little bit, kind of approach it a more conceptual way for you guys to understand. And then in recitation, you guys can take care of like the, the practicing and all that stuff with the problem and stuff. Make sense? Yeah. Okay. That was 6-1 in a nutshell. Shoot, I only got like one minute left. Real quick, 6-2 talks about volumes with cross sections, with certain cross sections, right? And this kind of bleeds into 6-3 as well. That's like the whole volumes of revolution. All right. It talks about like what happens when your cross section is a disk, a washer, but also what happens when your cross section is not a Riemann sum, it's like a square, right? That protrudes out into the third dimension and stuff like that. I'm gonna post a video on 6-2. Okay, so the supplementary video, it's gonna be on 6-2. 6-3, just because of time, I'm just gonna ask Gina to kind of cover in recitation tomorrow after your pretest, and yeah, we'll kind of take from there, because this stuff 6-1, 6-2, and 6-3 will be on quiz 1, which is coming up like I think it's like next week, and it will be on your midterm as well. All right. So yeah, I don't want to take up I don't like going over time, so I'm gonna just leave it here. Why is it not? Oh, so yeah, I'm gonna post up this recording along with the supplemental video, and I guess some snapshots of the notes that we kind of we didn't really take many notes today though, onto the announcement. So definitely check that out. If you haven't joined the group me, please join the group me. Last thing I just want to give you guys is the survey, which is in the chat. All right, so fill this out when you get a chance. I'll send it again in the announcements as well. It's just like kind of like a quick survey for me to kind of get to know you as a student, and stuff like that. Some math questions as well. Not like actual math, like how do you feel about math kind of questions. And yeah, I think that's it. Do you guys, anyone have any last minute questions before I let you guys go? All right, cool.
Oh, I have one
yeah,
for the survey. Is the 1 no and the 5?
Oh my
the
gosh,
survey.
did I screw up? What did I do with
Actually, like 5 is a
I'm
higher
sorry.
rating,
Yeah,
right?
5 is strongly agree, 1 is strongly disagree, that kind of thing. I don't know why I put numbers, but yes, 5 is strongly agree, 1 is strongly disagree. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, group me. That's like our main means of communication for this class. All right. If you guys have questions, you can stick around and, you know, ask them, right, about like, you know, maybe switching or like staying or whatever, if you, anything like that. All right. But if not, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. It was very nice to meet you all. Have fun in recitation tomorrow.
Thank
Bye.
you. Have a good day.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I feel bad that I'm gonna have to drop to Calc 1 because I really enjoy you. I feel like you're gonna be a nice teacher, but
Ah,
I'm
Jordan,
not ready for Calc 2.
that means so much to me. Really? Like what happened with that? Like, what's your situation?
So I took Calc 1 my junior year.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm far removed from it. So I feel like I need to go back to Calc 1 to really master it again.
so does
Yeah.
that mean in your senior year you didn't take a math course?
Nah, I took statistics.
That's tough. Because
Yeah.
a year off of calc, it's like it does damage, honestly, because like you said, yeah, you forget a lot of it. So I mean, I would recommend maybe you might want to switch to calc 1, but ultimately it's up to you, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only thing. Otherwise I would stay, but
Definitely talk to your counselors, talk to your counselors and see what they think too, you know, get some input, see. But yeah, if you're not feeling too comfortable, because this class, like my class, this particular class, yeah, I require you guys to know your calc 1 like semi good at least, you know.
yeah.
I would, yeah, definitely talk to some people, see how you do on the pretest tomorrow too. And if you're like, I don't know any of this stuff, yeah, it might be better if you take calc 1.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as that.
Same boat?
Like where I don't know how comfortable I should be like in Calc 2.
Oh shoot, I should stop recording. Oh my gosh.